Hello dudes, I have some quotes here from public figures supporting the argument for the legalisation of drugs. While I read the direct quotes, you will see the names running underneath. The North Wales Police Authority gave Mr Brunstrom the go-ahead only yesterday to submit a report to Jackie Smith, the Home Secretary, calling for a review of the current drug laws, asking for legalisation with hard drugs to be available on prescription. This was reinforced by Lord Ramsbottom, the former Chief Inspector of Prisons. We can never, as a nation, be drug-free. No nation can. So we must accept that. For young people who have already said yes, who live in families and communities where everybody says yes, we have to recognise the battle is lost. My view as a police officer is the current regime is untenable, and it is not going to be successful any more than controlling alcohol through prohibition in the US. We are making it easy for organised crime. This is about taking the control of drugs in this country out of the hands of criminals and into the hands of responsible authorities. We should legalise all drugs currently covered by the Misuse of Drugs Act, everything from Class A to C. We are not winning the war against drugs. Legalisation provides a better policy to support, educate and reduce harm, eliminate the motive for over half society's crime, reduce the profit, power and danger of the criminal supply chain, quality control for the product, and exchange condemnation and persecution for compassion and understanding. The same well-trodden path which we all know doesn't work. The truth is, we are frightened and lack the political will. If the drug problem continues advancing as it is at the moment, either you have a massive reduction in civil rights as you try and drive the problem underground, or you look at some radical solutions. Making drug abuse a crime is useless and even dangerous. Police are losing the drug battle worldwide. The only solution to the problem is the legalisation of all drugs. We could begin by repealing the laws against the drug which has been shown by several impartial investigations to be at least no more harmful than alcohol, and whose use causes the most conflict between users and the law: cannabis. It's inevitable in due course that cannabis legalisation will happen. I wouldn't want my 12-year-old daughter being able to light up a joint of cannabis, but I wouldn't say anything and I wouldn't do anything at all if I was around a friend's house and someone lit up a joint. If a sufficiently large part of the population chooses to ignore the law for whatever reason, then that law becomes unenforceable. The question is, are we going to win the battle against organised crime? If we can take the profit element out of it, it will go a good way to dealing with the problem. While I do not have a personal opinion on legalisation, there is a need for open and fearless debate. I do not want people to take drugs, but if they're going to, I want them to take them safely, with a degree of purity and in a controlled way. I was a senior police officer for over 20 years, and often asked for my view on the legalisation of drugs. Intuitively, I knew that prohibition wasn't working. The Cleveland Police Authority endorsed the report by Chief Constable Barry Shaw, from whom I quoted earlier. Many officers believe that the Act is not only outdated but dangerous and harmful, both to addicts and to recreational users. To many officers, it is clear that outright prohibition under the Act has been staggeringly unsuccessful. The more I think about it, and the more I look at what is happening, the more I can see the logic of legalising drugs. NAPO believes that criminal proceedings should not be initiated for possession of small amounts of any drugs. for personal consumption, nor for growing small amounts of cannabis. By having it underground, we have less control, and the fact of the matter is we are not willingly sworn on drugs. He added that if drugs were controlled legally, then people would also have some idea of what they were buying. Cannabis has never killed anybody, and its use is widespread. Can't stop it. If they legalised, there wouldn't be any gangsters or huge profits. I just think they should legalise it, cannabis, and get on with it. In all the criminal cases I have ever done, no violent crimes have come about as a result of someone smoking pot. It was usually huge quantities of drink. Everyone uses it, captains of industry, middle-aged mothers, everyone. The idea that these people should have criminal records is absurd. It's a terrible shame that one of the largest minorities in this country is persecuted only by the authorities, and the police are being ordered to work as a military force against our own people. Thanks very much for watching. Till next time, cheerio.